Why, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. And welcome to episode
4.
Yes, for January 26th, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Haladene podcast. My name is Damien. I play guitar.
My name is Luca. I also play guitar.
He plays guitar.
Haladene.
Haladene. Now, first thing, housekeeping.
Yes.
We are approaching February, which is scary in its own right. That's over already.
Yeah, went by like that, didn't it?
Yeah.
So
but it was good
quickly.
for us because we were busy boys.
We had fun.
But in February, first thing first, new music. A new song called Melody of Melody.
When does it come out?
The 15th of February.
Yeah, that's
A
awesome.
Thursday. Will be kind of annoying. We're going to try and playlist it this time. I'm going to try and playlist it this time. Just attempt.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because
Yeah.
like, if you upload 3 weeks in advance or something, you have more of an opportunity for some reason. I don't know why, but oh well. The music world is weird. Anyway, so yes, new music's coming
Our
out.
second single.
Correct.
Ever.
Coming out in
3 weeks. 3 weeks yesterday.
yeah.
The 15th.
The cover's awesome.
Was I supposed to announce the date?
Yeah, 15th of February. I've said it
15th
before.
of February.
And now other things that are happening. We have a show with Centralia,
And Manic Temple.
which you used to know. But anyway, it's February 7th, yes, which is a Wednesday at Workers,
Correct.
which will be fun, obviously. It's 3 bands instead of 4, which is nice.
Yeah.
You knew Manic Temple, didn't you?
When me and Bailey were at Archeon,
Yeah.
back in
Back in the day.
2018 or whatever, the singer of Manic Temple was in a band called Sedin.
Seddon.
Yes. And yeah, we played a few shows of those guys. They were a lot of fun.
Okay. Very good.
You would have loved them. Very classic thrash.
Yeah, I know.
But I think that band fell apart. But yes, luckily Tyler.
Portuguese M Shadow.
Portuguese M Shadows.
What's his name?
Gabriel. Oh, he was fun.
He's a great man.
He was a great man.
When I meet him finally, it's going to be like, you've built him up so much, and he's going to exceed all expectations.
Well, dude, I don't know if you're going to see him on Wednesday.
Oh, is he gone?
I'm afraid. He's not going to be. No, he's not playing.
No, I know he's not playing, but I'm saying he'll turn up to like...
Hopefully.
Does he still live in Melbourne?
No idea.
Okay.
He could have gone back to Portugal for I know.
You could ask him on the Book of Face.
I can. We'll see Tyler, though. He will know. Tyler, who's in Manic Temple. He will be able to...
Not Tyler, not producer Tyler.
No.
Oh, sorry, audio engineer Tyler.
No.
Who's in Clotheslined.
Yes, another band.
This is the other thing about this podcast. Everyone's going to learn the local bands of Melbourne.
Just through this.
It's all just local bands.
No, Tyler from Manic Temple
Okay.
was in Sedin
Okay.
with Portuguese M Shadows. We can ask Tyler.
To tell me about him.
Yes. He will have some good stories,
I think I
promise.
tried to listen to one song and I was like, that was all right. Good on them. I thought I saw it on Facebook that or maybe it was someone else. That band you randomly mentioned, I was like, oh, that's I know that name. I think it was Manic Temple. Anyway, so yes, Manic Temple who are reforming? Or something along those lines?
They're a new band.
Oh, they're a new band.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. I
Yeah,
think they're like proggy
more
stuff?
prog, yeah.
So more
I believe.
notes than us.
We'll see.
If that's possible. And then Centralia, who, from what I gather, are a lot of people with multiple vocalists.
Yeah, they've been through a couple. I think
They just changed their female vocalist.
Yeah, because when I first messaged them to
Yeah.
say, hey, we want to play a show, I think they were like, oh, sorry, we haven't got a vocalist at the moment. We're not playing any shows.
Okay.
And I continued to annoy them, and eventually it's
This
worked.
is his
And
skill
now
in
we
life. This
play.
is your skill in life.
Now we're playing a show. I do it with you too. I annoy you.
Oh, well. Yes. But it's at Workers Club, February 8th. 7th? Shit. 7th.
The 7th of February.
Have you ever played Workers?
Yeah, a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've actually never been there. I've heard about it.
It's a good venue.
I'm sure it is, but I'm just saying I've heard about it forever. And, people at music school or whatever, the Monash area would always talk about playing the Workers Club and all that. No, it's off. It's off now. That's more important than that.
Oh, but this is still going.
Yeah.
Okay,
I trust that.
Sorry, technical difficulties. But we're all good. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
As long as it doesn't slow down.
Yeah, the Workers Club. It got somewhat of a good reputation, I suppose. I'm not as crazy about it as maybe Bailey is.
Okay.
But yeah, I've had many a good night at the Workers Club.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And yeah, lots of good shows have been played there, and I've watched many good shows there too.
Okay. Because mostly bands I see are at the max watts or the 170, so like a level above.
But yeah, we're now getting into we're getting into the nitty and
We'll get to
gritty.
play corner soon. That'll be fun.
Oh man, that would be huge.
Yeah.
That would be big.
I mean, we're already we've had Rinklings that we might play Gasometer, which I've never been to either.
Neither have I, actually.
Tote, apparently. Yes. So local venues. And then they'll know the rest of the world about these. Because Melbourne is considered the best city for this stuff in Australia.
Oh, it is.
Which is
it definitely is.
Look, in terms of population, we have a large population.
Mm-hmm.
Decent amount of venues. Although it seems to be ebbing and flowing. Like, you know, it's not really growing, but it's kind of the same ones.
I mean, the Whole Lotta Love bar,
which
we had a show, apparently that's closing down.
Sucks.
In March.
And like I said to you was it to you or maybe Ronak? I'm like, if this place closes, where do nobody's play? like it's a cool, awesome little venue.
Yeah.
But it's like...
And the Macca's is right opposite too.
It's in Brunswick, which is about, half an hour? 20 minutes north of the city?
About that, yeah.
Oh God, Brunswick sucks for people. We for context, we live on the
east side, yeah.
Which is about an hour drive there. But if you want to get there at 7 o'clock... which you do if you're playing a show.
Traffic.
There's traffic, basically. And there's the worst road in the world called Punt Road, and no one likes it.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Yeah. I get to avoid that one.
Well, you can't.
I do.
No, but like...
I don't take it.
Because I'm like, I could take C-Link. But like, you get back to Punt Road anyway. Yeah. Like, you only miss the start of it. Which I'll give you the worst bit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's Melbourne traffic.
No, I love going to the north. I don't think I could live there, but...
Yeah,
you don't need to say anything then because of the magic of editing. Let's just get back into it.
Where were we? Shit. Anyway. Oh, we were complaining about Melbourne traffic.
Yeah.
Which is not that bad.
It's not.
Look, you know, Melbourne's always like, oh, it's the most livable city, blah, 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 blah.
Third.
Well, like, it won for like all of the 2010s. And the locals go, yeah, but why? But then I go to other cities and I'm like, yeah, it's good, but... like, our problems are so tiny compared to, like, the public transport is not good enough. Like, it's pretty good.
It all just goes for the city.
Yeah, it's just that it's a bit slow. That's the only problem I see. And when they finally finish.
It's coming.
So basically, from what I gather, every European city had their upgrades in, like, the 90s. Right? The 80s and the 90s and the early aughts. And we just did nothing.
Everyone was driving.
Yeah. So, and as more people move here...
yeah,
there has to be a plan.
Need more trains.
Yeah, and bigger trains, I think. They're going to upgrade those trains, right?
They'll manage.
Yeah, we'll manage, but like, they're not that bad. They're just a bit slow. Well, is Skyrail meant to make it faster? Do you know?
Skyrail?
You know
no, that's for the level crossings, so there's less traffic.
Yeah, I know that, but wouldn't the trains be able to go faster?
Well, I suppose, yeah.
Because
they don't. Yeah. Because
there's also no pedestrians, nothing. I hope that's another reason.
Yeah.
But like, with so many stops, it's like, you get up to 80 kilometers an hour, back to 0. 80 kilometers an hour, it's like start-stop anyway.
There's express trains too, but...
yeah, but only in the morning.
Yeah,
and at
most important times. Yeah, peak hours.
And everything they do. I mean, honestly, when they finally open so for context people, the city is like where everything happens, the middle, and basically they're building a train line to go through the city. So at the moment we have a big loop that goes around the city, but the new tunnel they built goes through.
Yeah, there's
so for people like us can go to just before the city and then go past it, like bypassing it. Basically.
Yeah, there's a couple of stops that stop in the city and then it goes up north.
Yeah, which would be good.
It will be, and it means that more trains can do the city loop as well.
In the shower this morning, I was thinking about what we're going to talk about, and I was like, so we recently played 2 shows. It was great.
Oh, it's so fun, wasn't it?
Oh, so good.
It was fun.
And I personally went digital for the first time. When I say digital, I mean, so in the guitar world, there's quote-unquote real amps, which are basically electronics and tubes that you lug around. And then the modern example is all that is basically copied, is the best way to put it, into a little computer.
Yeah.
And you take it with you. And basically there's traditionalists who think you should use the real gear, which the digital is copied from.
Yeah.
And then, but the digital is literally this big and it has everything. And it's a bit of
tweaking.
And
it sounds more or less... dare I say, it sounds more or less just as good.
What? I mean, when a producer's saying, basically you tilt your head and you go, can you tell? The answer is no.
Exactly.
And yeah, it's a little bit more powerful to have the real thing.
Yes.
A little bit.
But the sound.
At the end of the day, the sound guy is still the guy that decides what it sounds like.
Yes.
Like, for example, one of the bands we played with, Common Evil, is like a Slayer style old school thrash band.
That was their first 2 shows.
Yes, it was. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
And they use traditional amps, but they're still mic'd.
Yes.
So they have a big Marshall that's as tall, like this tall,
Uh-huh.
with a real head, like a real Marshall head, with whatever settings he has, and it's still mic'd. So it's still going through the PA, right? Which also means the Marshall's not on full or half. It's probably on like 30%. Now that's fine if you have no PA, but most venues...
All venues.
Yeah.
I'd say a PA.
But my like ultra planning side of me goes, well, what if I turn up somewhere and it has a bad PA? I want to have a backup. Like that's part of me, but it wouldn't be a known venue, a storied venue if it didn't have necessary stuff.
I think maybe priorities. I think one of their guitarists might have been digital as well, or the bass player.
I thought the bass had amp. I remember in the chat they were talking about one of them had DI.
Yeah, one of them
had
exactly.
real.
But it was just easier for us, wasn't it? Because we just
turn up.
Yeah, with
I
our
have a backpack and a case and good to go.
I mean, my Helix is a bit hard to lug around, but you can do it with one arm.
I think you could get the small one. You only need how many presets?
When I get a
4?
proper case for it,
yeah, that'll make it so much easier.
then I can lug it
But still,
around.
my point is like as we're talking about public transport, especially in Melbourne, most of the venues are north of the city. So it's an hour drive or maybe an hour 20 on public transport that I could legitimately just take the train and not have to drive.
With your guitar.
Buy a guitar and a backpack with my stuff in it and be 100% good. I need to play with the settings a bit more because I want a better clean tone and stuff. But I was very happy. The other thing for budding musicians... Oh yeah, Luke is under the weather. So don't do it into the mic.
I'm a little bit sick, but the show must go on.
Yes. So the other thing I discovered, personally, I don't really go into gear much because once it sounds good, I don't really need to go into the making it 0.5%.
There's a very, very deep rabbit hole.
Oh yeah.
And when I was in Fuzz Meadows, that goodness me.
But for future musicians who don't really mind, if you do buy a digital amp, there's 2 ways. You either make sure it has an XLR out because most venues to go into the PA have XLR input. I thought it would have both, but XLR is to keep you dandy. So you will also need a DI box of some description, which is basically converting guitar signal into XLR. And I've been lucky because both venues had them. And I would imagine most venues have them anyway. I would prefer, I think it's nicer to have your own.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Right, yeah.
And then I have 2 things, plus a guitar cable. And I have a wireless as well. And that's it.
Well, you know what?
You did cut out.
Have I cut out?
My wireless cut out in, No. On the show. Don't, keep going.
Your wireless cut out during the show?
Yeah. You didn't notice?
Actually, I might have.
Yeah, anyway.
Which one?
First one. During my solo in Room.
Oh, there. Yeah, I thought.
That's ironic. Was I was listening for it, but I couldn't hear it. I'm like, yeah, because you can do parts. But yeah, kind of. So I had to stand near my.
Should I be bringing my wireless then?
No. Mine. Well, it worked. The deal I did to myself was if it misbehaved at all at the second show, then I would not use it again.
Yeah,
but it didn't. So.
Okay.
And I walked. The second, sorry, for context, that first show was at somewhere called Whole Lotta Love Bar, which is a very small, intimate venue. You said the stage was tiny. It's not tiny.
I remember being small. When
Maybe
we played there a few years ago, there was 5 of us on stage.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess with 4, there's the extra space.
I could have gone around and met you, but yes. So basically, Whole Lotta Love, and the sound is a lot more. The feedback, not the callbacks. What are the speakers aimed at us called? Fallbacks. They're quite loud, so we could hear ourselves very well.
Yes.
Whereas our second show in a place called Arcadia Bar
in Traralgon,
which is, for context, about 2-hour drive from Melbourne, so it's like a regional country town. I looked up population, apparently 30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon
that makes sense.
Yeah,
it was like somewhat big drive going into town.
It's directly west of Melbourne.
East.
Shit. You're right. East of Melbourne. Anyway, so that was okay. So it's an old church that was converted to a La Porchetta.
To a what?
Apparently it was a La Porchetta before it was now it's a gaming bar, it's a really cool venue.
Yeah.
Honestly, if that was anywhere close to where I lived, I would be there all the time. Anyway,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, so old church with the stained glass, everything. Then it became a La Porchetta. Yeah, all the locals were telling me that, this used to be for context, La Porchetta is a Italian chain of like restaurants. I wouldn't even call it a restaurant.
Okay, fast food.
It's above fast food. when you're 10 and you want to party, you go to La Porchetta. Okay. And you want pizza, but you don't want to go to like Pizza Hut.
Okay, gotcha.
Have you never been to one?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Anyway, they serve basic bitch food, anyway. So
speaking of basic bitches, I think when it was either when Priorities or Deadweight 80 were playing.
Yeah.
A bunch of normies came in. They were all...
Which ones? I have a story as well.
They were all wearing like golf gear. Oh. It looked like they just come from a holy moly party or something. And I guess Traralgon, being the small town, there's only a couple of things happening on a Saturday night, and then they just walk in like, oh, look at this, they're playing metal. And then after about 10 minutes, they took off.
I'm very thankful that we had a local band, like literal local band from Traralgon, because we could ask them, hey, what goes on here? What's the go? Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's what you were asking them.
So I was chatting to them and their girlfriends, and it was like...
What did that echo on?
No.
Fill me in.
I was like, legitimately, I'm like, oh, so what do you do in Traralgon? And they looked at me like, there's 4 bars. I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like, yeah, so you just kind of like roll in and roll out. I'm like, okay, great. So, yeah. And I saw it in real time, which was there's 2 doors down. So next door was like a
club?
No.
Yes.
Food. There was a food something.
Burgers, pizzas.
I mean, that's their diet, but whatever. And then the next was like another...
Duff.
And actually, one of the girlfriends said she worked at that bar. And then the other bar guy said, oh, yeah, I work there sometimes as well.
Someone said it's $50 for entry.
What? Where?
Yeah.
Next door?
When we were packing up, is it Dean from Priorities?
The
redhead. Yeah, he was like, oh, yeah, I'm ready for kick-ons. But then someone's like, oh, no, dude, it's $50 to get in to the club. And you're like, what?
Well, then Arcadia's like $10.
15? I think it was 15.
Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. But, so you saw normies.
Yes.
Just before Deadweight 80.
Deadweight
80, who are really cool, actually.
Yeah, they were like hardcore as fuck.
Just before they started playing, 4 wouldn't be more than 22-year-old girls came in. So Arcadia's got a floor, and then there's like an upstairs area where there's a bunch of game consoles and stuff.
Yeah.
So they bought their first drinks, they came upstairs, sat down at a table, and I was chatting to whoever, and then Deadweight is about, you hear the crack of the snare, it's about to start.
Yeah.
And their faces of like, what the f... And we walked into, and they made direct eye contact, they looked at me, I'm like, yeah. They're like...
That's funny.
And then I saw them literally 2 minutes later, oh, this is not going to end. Like they played one song, and they're like, all right, we'll give it and then during the second song, like, stuff this and left. But yes, one of the joys of a local country town is that there's not much going on. So if something happens, everyone turns up.
Yeah.
And
it was good. There was so many people. Yeah. I was not expecting that many people. Apparently, we sold 120 tickets.
Now, we'll see. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
But,
But yeah, country town.
And the other thing of, we'll find out as we play more places that country people are very thankful that you come.
Yes.
Because, like, no one apart from local Australian acts go anywhere outside of the cities. Mm. So when they do go, it's like... And there were people from Sale. Did you meet him?
I think so. Yes.
And
the guy that wanted a selfie with us. And who was his mate?
Which one? The one in the pink?
Yeah.
The best dressed man I've ever seen.
A pink floral shirt? I don't know.
Not floral. No. Not like high vis.
But it was like camo, wasn't it?
Camo?
Yeah. I remember it being sort of a shirt like this, but it was like pink camo.
Anyway, it was...
And he had short... I don't know.
Short jeans, maybe?
Yeah, and then the cowboy boots as well. And the shades.
Shades inside.
At night.
What a character. But his mate, the friend who came up to us, had a... What's the hat called with the propeller on the top? Does that have a name? You know what I'm talking about.
Like an Inspector Gadget fucking hat or some shit. He had a hat with a propeller on top.
Yes. Didn't you notice?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Anyway, so... What I've learned is I would like to go back because there's I don't know. We didn't really go anywhere outside of where we were.
Didn't need to. It was all happening there.
Was TAFE there? Was that Gippsland?
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
passed Gippsland
I was like,
Safe, yeah.
Cool. What an interesting place.
But it was the same going up to Bendigo. Everyone, flocks down.
Well, yeah,
'Cause there's something
Bendigo is
happening.
also actually has a CBD.
Yeah, 90,000
It's a grid.
people.
It's a grid like here, like in
Yeah.
Melbourne, where like everyone kind of hangs out in the middle.
Mm.
Whereas for Melbourne, unfortunately, there's the CBD, Chapel Street, Brunswick. Like there's like three.
Different burbs, yeah.
It gets like filtered. Whereas
Yes.
like if you're in a country town, there's one area to go, and everyone, if you want to go out, you go there.
Mm.
I
I liked Traralgon.
We didn't see much of it though.
It was all happening where
honestly,
we were.
if what we knew how much time we had, we would have spent the hour. What time we get there? 5?
Something like that.
We didn't really sound check until 5:45.
Just before we played, I think. Yeah.
We could have walked around, but oh well.
Oh man, I was quite happy to hang around the venue. I mean, I wanted to kick the footy, but no one else was interested. I guess that's a good thing because it would have fucked up our fingers before we played the show.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Oh well.
it happens.
Yeah, it happens. Nah, it was
I had a lot of fun.
it was so good.
And the bloody drive, God. I
What
mean,
about
it was
Was
fun being in the back. But in the front, you just feel like the parent with the kids.
Oh my god.
Because Bailey and Tarek are just on TikTok all day.
We should have a podcast of them too, and we wouldn't even talk. We would just
It'd
we'd
just be
stand in the background.
It would just be them memeing the whole time.
Yeah, but I don't know any of them. I don't know. Like, you try and stop them, they go, "Oh, do you know this?" I'm like, "No." Just keep going.
For
Yeah.
context, Tarek is your school friend,
No,
Ronak's school friend.
no.
Is an old friend of yours.
No,
he's
not-
an old
yes,
friend
yes.
of you guys, but he has been to every Haladene show.
Correct. There's only been 5.
But that's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, and I feel like he wants to keep it up too.
Yeah, he's happy.
Yeah.
He
We
wants to
should
help.
really give Tarek a job to do. I mean, I
Well-
mentioned it at Traralgon.
Yeah,
It's like, we've got to give this guy a job to do.
yeah,
He could be at the merch desk, maybe.
yeah. We're gonna have merch first.
Have you heard about the merch Bailey wants to do?
What? Which one? Yes, I know.
In between his
But
t-shirts.
I know, but it can't be the first thing.
well,
No, it could be the second thing. We
I
can do a limited run of like 20.
well, I think that's what he wanted, yeah. But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Haladene sticker with Aladine and the H, I think, is quite good because it'll tell. Oh, this is how you pronounce the band.
What sticker? What are you talking about?
Aladine from The Dictator.
Oh,
The way you pronounce Haladine is just Aladine,
so
but with
it
the
sounds
H.
like our merch deck is going to be on the left-hand side is the serious stuff, and on the right-hand side is just jokes. I mean, that's fun, I
Yeah.
guess. No, my original plan was to have the easiest thing to set up is like a print-on-demand stuff.
I remember you saying, yeah.
Which I need to set up. But the only thing, like even with what Deadweight said, is they're trying to get rid of T-shirts. If you print T-shirts, the problem is, they're cheaper, but you have to sell them, right?
Well, they were basically giving them away
Because
at
they
the
probably
end of
cost
the show.
between $5 and $10 to make.
Yeah.
So
They just kept... What's the word? They just
lowering the
kept-
price.
Yeah.
Did you get one?
I didn't. I should
Okay.
have. Did you get one?
No, I think Bailey got one
Fuck.
at Double
Yeah.
XL. Yeah. I mean, I have to increase my. No, I don't have to increase. You have to increase your band. You have 2 band merch sets, and one of them isn't even a band. One of them is your producer.
I don't have to increase my band merch. I don't.
No, you don't. But
It's expensive. And you
Yeah,
go
but
to a
so-
big show, the line is always ridiculously long. Well, not
Yeah.
always, but a lot of the time.
that's why you go to local shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was never that bad. I have a memory.
No, Electric Callboy, the line was humongous.
Well, that's Callboy. Like Slaughter, it was long. Ghost, it was long. I was just actually thinking, in recent memory, I swear it's been getting, like, more and more. It's not hard. They have enough stock. It's just the wait to get stuff.
For merch.
Yeah. Because I imagine with, like, if you're a European band and your printing is based in Europe,
Yes.
for us to buy their merch, the shipping is crazy. So it's like $20 for one thing.
You better to go over there.
So, well, no, it's better for them to come here and then we buy it,
Mm.
right?
True.
But
Wait, $20 sounds really cheap.
for one thing,
How much is a t-shirt? Like 50
50
bucks?
to 60,
Yeah.
and then $20 on top, $80 for a t-shirt. That's a lot.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other way is that to get big bands, it's kind of easy because like there's merch lines that order like how many Metallica shirts? You would sell so many Metallica shirts. Like it'd be so easy.
You
and
would.
AC/DC and blah blah blah.
Yes.
But like the more bespoke bands, it's like, well, They're low run, all that stuff. And also, it's why bands make a lot of money. A little bit on touring, but a lot on merch, which is fine. We'll find out as we go.
Yeah, merchandise. We got to
talk about the show. What else did we do?
We haven't talked about the first show, really.
No. It was it was great. It was good to get out those... It's the first time Bailey had played for us. Sorry,
for us.
The member swap.
Yeah.
Our new front man.
It was just natural as a front man.
Yeah. We can always do... One of my favorite live album. Are you familiar with the Blink 182 live album?
Do they swap roles?
No. They just bicker in between each song. They just do stuff.
Blink 182, of course, yes.
No, 182. Don't.
Blink 182?
No.
Blink 182.
182.
I don't like that.
I love it.
No.
It's the Australian way. There's interviews of them in 2002 when they come here and they're like, why do you guys say 182? So I thought that's what it says. Not 182?
No one says 182.
No. We say 182. I don't know why, but I've never liked 182.
I prefer it.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, their live album called The Mark, Tom and Travis Show. It's like half music and half just Mark and Tom just riffing.
That I don't think I would enjoy that show particularly.
Why not?
I'm there to see music. I'm not there to see them goof around.
That's kind of part of them, though. They're very goofy.
Yeah.
Are you seeing them in...
No.
Do you want to?
No.
Okay.
Not interested.
Because they announced it a year and a half in advance. And the tickets were for floor, 200 plus. And I'm like...
Yeah, nah.
Nah. I love them to death. I actually like one of my favorite bands.
I like them too, yeah.
I saw them at Soundwave 2013.
Okay.
There was only Mark and Tom, no Travis, because he's scared of flying for obvious reasons. Anyway, so apparently he's getting on a boat to come to Australia or whatever. Or he's gotten over his fear of flying or whatever.
Goodness.
Anyway, so it's all three of them. But at that price, I don't know. In 2013, it felt special for some reason. And this time it just feels I don't know.
Well, look, I mean...
They're still special. It's just not...
Look, I'll say I was very excited to see Green Day back in 2013.
Oh, you were there
at Leeds Festival in England. No.
That's Soundwave. Yeah, go on.
No, that Soundwave I just saw sevenfold. I was like, nah, I don't want to see Green Day. I love Green Day, but when I saw him at Leeds Festival, there was just too much of the say way oh. He did it.
Oh, he does it so much.
He did it. It felt like
every song.
50% of the songs or more, and I'm like, the amount of times you're doing this, you could easily fit in God knows how many more songs.
So
it really grinded my gears. I didn't like it at all.
2014, Soundwave. They were the headliner, the absolute last headliner.
Yeah, I just saw 7
3 hours.
Oh my God.
Now, I was excited because it was Dookie's 20th anniversary that year. So I thought they were going to do half the album. They did only 2 songs. They did play Jesus of Suburbia, which I was very happy about.
That would have been good.
And most of American Idiot. But that uno, duo, tre.
Yeah,
look,
those
everyone gets into rock music through Green Day. That's just the truth. And it's honest. It's almost like same thing happened with Slipknot. Actually, it's you go through this massive love affair. You see them, and then that obsession kind of stops. You still like them. You still listen to them when the new album comes out or whatever. But that I have to see them energy. Once you've seen them, it's out. And maybe you won't see them when they come next time, but that you might see them 1 out of 3 times. You know what I'm saying? There's not this further fandom because you've gotten it out.
Nah, yeah.
You kind of have to see them though.
I love Green Day, but honestly, seeing them, I didn't really enjoy the show.
What?
Nah, not really. There was no mosh pits.
Well, yeah, obviously.
The say wayo thing was annoying. They did play all of Dookie though, which was kind of cool.
All of it?
Yeah, they did, front to back.
Not fair. Oh well. Dookie's not my favorite anyway, but American Idiot is our our childhood. Basically.
Yeah, it is.
Such a good
Everyone
album.
had that album.
So good. And then unfortunately, they've kind of not peaked since then. There's been flashes of brilliance.
They had their time.
No, they could have their time again. It's just
well, they're still releasing shit.
Yeah. Their new album came out last week.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it.
And I liked Revolution Radio. That was a good one. That came out a couple of years ago.
The song or the album?
The album.
That was after the Trey Duet. Yeah. It's also strange. It's almost like Billy Armstrong. Yeah.
Billy Joe Armstrong.
Yeah. It's almost like he refuses to learn more guitar. It's so funny. So there's power chords and that's it.
It doesn't really need to.
Not really.
Nah.
But Because then, it's just interesting. You know, there's no like.
No, I've seen footage. He does know other shit.
Yeah, of course he knows other shit.
Does.
I'm just saying that the base of the song is still 3
They
chords.
know what works. They know what works.
I mean, they're kind of writing off. They're classic. They're a classic band. There's no one else from that era that's as big as them. Is Blink or Green Day bigger?
Oh, definitely Green Day. Definitely Green Day.
Yeah, except Green Day didn't split up. So there's more
They're
like
still going
pent up
strong.
demand of like Blink split up for 10 years.
Yeah. Well,
Split up.
yeah.
Sorry. Tom left for 10 years.
What is alien conspiracy theory adventure? Let's not get into that. Let's not get into that.
He's an interesting fella. But with him back, the energy of Blink
Yeah,
is
it's
back.
there.
Because he's not a great player, but he's a great musician and songwriter. Like,
Yes.
the way he writes is very energetic and very youthful still.
Yeah.
And the second he comes back, you can tell his prints are over everything.
Hmm.
The best example is one of the side projects, Plus 44, which is Mark and Travis's side project.
Okay.
If you listen to that and then listen to modern, like the non-Tom Blink, it's very similar. That's like Tom's side. Mark's side.
Yeah.
Like Tom's side is like obviously Angels and Airways. Like you can tell, it's the fact of both of them together
Mhm.
of the like more straightforward rock and like, how would you describe Tom's sound? I don't know. Ethereal? No.
Whiny vocals.
That only really started. Side note, I'm a massive Blink fan. You know, I Miss You.
Mm.
I hate that song. I think it's their worst song. I
It's-
absolutely
it's
despise
good.
it. It's a decent, but I just. It's like their second.
Where are you?
No! It's like their second most played, and they played every show. I can't.
Oh, Damien.
Oh,
Jesus, look
whatever
at you.
they do. What else do I have on here? We also should mention the other bands we played with and have a little chat about them.
Common Evil.
So these boys, 5 boys
Yeah.
from Traralgon,
Yeah, they are.
very nice boys. They're only 4. Do they
I
seem
think
like kids to you?
They're
Only 4 years younger than us. They're not kids.
the singer's like 24.
23, 23, 24.
But I think the guitarist, I think it's Jack.
Oh, I'm
Every
not on
week,
all the right-
every weekend, he drives down from Sydney to Traralgon or to Melbourne to play with these guys. I'm like, dude.
It's 14 hours each way.
Yeah.
Like I get it, but also
But anyway,
It's-
let's not delve into his life choices too much. But still, bro,
he's a chill guy.
just
He
move
was
down here.
When I chatted to him after the first show, they're like, "Oh yeah, we did it so good," and he's like, "I'm so tired."
I remember
I'm like,
that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like,
I've met a couple of their friends after the show in Traralgon,
Yeah.
and they said, "Oh yeah, we've been waiting 7 years for these guys to play the show."
yeah, it seemed like a lot of their friends turned up.
Yeah, which is
especially in
why
Traralgon.
when Common Evil played at Traralgon, they had a big turnout.
It was great. Their energy was so good.
It was.
They sound.
I like Slayer.
Everyone likes Slayer. They're very Slayery. I mean, they did a Slayer cover.
Yeah.
Very old school. I'm looking forward to. They haven't recorded yet. They have a bunch of shows apparently coming up.
We
but
can recommend them to Mitch. I think he'd be perfect for them because they've never recorded before.
True, but also he
Yeah.
would be like, "Let's go digital, boys." I don't think.
He wouldn't mind if they want to do the
Well, anyway,
as he says, the gentleman's way. He's happy to do that. The other band.
So on the first night, on Friday night, Get Wrecked was next.
Yeah.
Actually, sound very well. Do they sound similar to Common Evil? Not really.
No, definitely not.
No. Well,
No.
their tagline said crossover thrash, which is just
Yeah.
another way of saying punk and thrash together.
Well, yeah, and what I thought was very cool about Get Wrecked is that they have skateboards as part of their merch.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So cool. Did you ever skate?
Oh, a little
Did you try
bit.
it? Did
Yeah, a
Did
little
you have
bit.
a skateboard?
Yes, I did.
So did I.
I wasn't very good.
Me neither. 'Cause I'm scared. I have decent balance, but I'm just scared of
Yeah.
because when you fall off a bike, when you go to like the skate park and you fall off, say, a bike, like it's a lot harder to fall off a bike than a skateboard.
Yes,
if you
it
fall off
is.
a skateboard, it's a lot worse because there's nothing to stop you. Like falling
Mm.
off a scooter, like you have the thing to stop you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and rollerblades are just death wheels. Anyway, so yes, Get Wrecked. They were really cool, actually. They were really nice guys.
I don't know if I talked to them. I can't remember.
Uh
As I've said before, things are a blur sometimes.
And then after them was Priorities.
Yes. I have seen Priorities 3 times now.
Very good.
See, I met them at a Frankston show last year. Yeah.
Very cool guys.
They
So
are cool
chill.
guys, yeah.
So chill. They were actually, before the Traralgon show, they bought, apparently Macca's has a Lego thing.
Yes!
Something they'll
Oh
build
my
up, like,
god.
Where did you get this? Macca's, obviously. But,
Yeah,
like,
they were building Lego
they played Wii
Macca's
Bowling.
set.
They played Wii Bowling with Bales and Tarek, I think.
Yes, they did.
Such chill guys.
And the frontman from
Deadweight.
Priorities, yeah, he
Oh.
really got the crowd going.
Yeah. Well, more experience.
And fuck, what the guitarist with blue hair? I forget his name.
And the cool shirt.
Yeah, he fucking fell down the stairs at Traralgon.
He was limping. Yes, I
Yeah.
did find this out. As
Because Bailey wanted him to do guest vocals with us, but he was like, "Oh no, I can't. I fucked my back." Because he fell down the stairs.
the guitarist or the vocalist?
The guitarist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He did clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still played, obviously, the Priority set. But yeah,
he was
tripped down the stairs.
After everything had finished, I was chatting to the what's the redhead's name? Dean. Dean and this so-called bluehead man. And
The blue.
we were chatting to him, and then he turns around and was like, "Oh, yep, see you later," and he just like hobbles. Like. And I'm like, okay. He's like, "Oh, what did you do?" "Oh, I fell downstairs." I'm like,
Oh dear.
"Oh well. Hopefully he's all right."
And goodness me, Deadweight 80.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Heavy boys.
Yeah.
And twins.
Yeah, the two guitarists. He look a little bit like Vic from Pierce the Veil. That was my first thought.
My major thought was like when you see them play and you're like, "Oh, that guy looks like that guy." Like the guitarist on the left looks like the guitarist on the right.
Twins.
And then I'm like, but they're both wearing grey shirts and black shorts and black shoes. And I'm like, could you guys just wear different colored shirts? It would be so obvious. But even the vocalist after the show was saying, "Oh, where are the twins?" Like they don't even have names, just twins.
Yeah, of course.
But
God, imagine
really
being
nice
in
guys.
a band with your brother.
Well, it depends how much you like your brother.
Well, actually, clotheslined.
Yeah.
The drummer and the bass player, I think, are brothers. Yeah.
Hopefully they lock in well.
Ha. In more ways than one.
Hey.
I believe so.
What? Ugh. Anyway, so very nice guys.
But yeah, great. All the guys were great.
Yeah.
It just feels like you're hanging out with a bunch of mates.
Well, you
know?
are.
Yeah.
And then you have to do work for like an hour and then it's over.
Yeah.
And then you have to support your boys.
Of course.
Oh, side note,
backstage courtesy.
Another thing to musicians. Me and Bailey wear AirPod Pros with the noise cancelling. It's as good as wearing earplugs.
I didn't actually realize they had noise cancelling.
Well, they have noise cancelling. So
This is news to me. So that's why you wear them.
yeah.
Okay.
Now they look a bit douchey. I'm not gonna lie.
I like it though.
But
I like it.
it's quite good. The only problem is, of course, it only has like 5 hours of battery life. So if you wear them the whole day, like if you wear it to a festival, for example, it will die.
Would you want to take them to a
No,
festival?
because it would lose them. But for a like non-moshy, where you're just gonna stand there, also playing live, it basically just cuts out. Like if it was like 110 decibels, it cuts out like 20, like bang. And basically, there's only certain frequencies. Like sometimes the snare, if you're like really close to it, it'll cut through.
Yeah.
But if you're like Luca has really nice
I have the $300
AirPods are more than that.
ones that are molded to my ear. And yeah, brings all the frequencies down evenly. But Ronak has, what's he got?
Oh, just in-ear headphones, but they're more. That's more the sound profile than the.
Yeah.
They don't have noise cancelling or anything.
Okay.
No wired headphones have noise cancelling. I don't think. Because I don't need it.
I don't know about that.
That would seem kind of.
Don't professional in-ears do? I don't know.
No, they don't know. Noise cancelling is like all the. Doesn't matter. Anyway, for musicians, if you already have a pair of noise cancelling whatevers, give them a shot to like play either practicing or going to a show and see how much they cut out. And if you like what they sound like, then wear them instead of going.
Yeah,
and
my
buying
earplugs are great.
Yeah, I gotta buy them. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if I should now because I just wear the AirPods. You know, like.
Up to you.
Yeah, I know. It's up to me.
But God, I remember in Archeon days, I think there was, our bass player and our singer, they wouldn't wear any hearing protection. Like, guys.
I've heard
But they didn't give a fuck.
People
though.
older than us, like people from the 90s and stuff, they'll talk like ear protection was just not a thing.
Yeah.
Like they're just. And even when I was
Legit.
younger, I went to a bunch of festivals and just. My level of I want it so loud that the bass you can like feel it through like your spine, and when you talk to someone next to you,
But if you're feeling it, then ear protection is not going to change that,
I know
is
that,
it?
but like no, I'm saying that's how loud I wanted it as a 20-year-old. Yeah. And like to the person next to you, you can't. You have to like go up to their ear, like.
Oh, it's always
just
like
to
that.
That's fun, right? That's yeah. But I swear, as the festivals, especially recently, I think the volume have just been going down. I have memories of being at Download 2018 or 2019.
Yeah.
I'm at a Martha's playing, and I'm like halfway. I'm like in the pit, and I could talk to someone normal volume, like this, and they could hear me,
Yeah.
like half shouting, and I'm like, this is not loud enough. This is not loud enough. I don't care. But then Gojira came on, and like real loud. To when the guitar, if you can feel the guitar like in your body,
Yeah.
it's that loud. That's how loud you want it.
Well, Mitch was saying with shows, whenever the headliner comes on, they always turn up the volume for dramatic effect.
Yeah, but
That wouldn't surprise me.
it wouldn't surprise me. But there's a difference between like it being at 80% and then 90%. This is at like 60, and then it's going up to 90. Slipknot was loud.
Yeah.
Buckway was loud.
Well, you know what? Apparently at Download 18, when Korn was playing,
Oh, so fucking loud.
and
Yeah.
I heard a friend who saw no effects
Yeah, I was
went
there
through
as
the
well.
other stage. Apparently you could hear the kick drum from Korn, and he's just like, can they turn it down over there?
The bass was rattling. You know, so for context,
The bass from Korn was
the bass
rattling.
for Korn was rattling at the second biggest stage at the big festivals here in Melbourne. That it's got like a cover,
Yeah.
and it was like rattling the plinths.
I would hope that when no effects were playing their songs, you
No,
could,
they were louder than them
yeah,
when they were playing, but when they stopped playing, you could hear Korn
that's
clearly.
funny.
It's like, shut the fuck up, Korn.
That's funny.
When Fat Mike is like, whatever. He's an interesting character, but
Yeah, I haven't listened.
I think
to any,
they're retiring.
haven't listened to any no effects.
They're fun.
Yeah,
They're kind of classic punks.
I should give them a try.
Yeah. Did you not play it on Guitar Hero? They had a Guitar Hero song.
Which one?
I
I only played Guitar Hero 3,
3 or 4. I don't remember.
probably 4.
That was good. All right. Would you like a quote to end, or do you have anything else on top of mind that we need to talk about from the shows? Apart from that, it was super fun. We're getting better at playing live.
The shows were they were great.
Yeah.
And
More
we
to
can't,
come.
yeah, we can't wait to do more.
Thanks to everyone that came. We
Thank you to everyone that
appreciate it.
came, and thank you to the bands.
Yeah. I recorded our footage as well, so we can pop it up. Apart from the first show, because for whatever reason, the camera... I have the audio, but not the camera. But that's okay. I have the second show, though. So, all right. Quote to finish.
Yes.
The only person acting as an enemy to you is you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It knows you the best.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do something and your mind's calling you or whatever. and
Your
you get-
mind is your worst enemy.
Well, it knows you the
sometimes.
best. It knows
Yeah.
your weaknesses. It knows what gets to you. But yes, the only true enemy is yourself, but you can also be a friend to yourself.
I mean, do you hate anyone?
No.
Exactly.
No.
No.
I might dislike actions in
Yes.
certain contexts, but that's on that action and that decision that they made. No. There's no hatred.
No.
I don't think I've ever hated anyone. I don't think so.
No.
But I was never bullied badly or anything like that.
I mean, when you're a kid, maybe it's like, oh, I hate that person. But then
I hate girls. Girls. me.
but then 2 weeks later, it's like, oh no, I don't hate. I don't hate.
Well,
this
that's also
person.
like
Get
time
over
heals
it.
most wounds, right?
Yes.
Nearly all wounds, I would say, unless they're pretty deep. But there's something else I want. Oh, I can do it next time.
Well, I guess
Right.
as well, if you're comparing yourself to other people, you're comparing the worst of yourself to their best.
Yeah, but they're not showing their worst.
You don't know it.
The worst thing about
And they don't know your worst.
Well, social media is literally here's the highlights, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like you don't know that they only look good for an hour a day. They went out in the best sunlight. They only eat
They're
one
good at
meal a day.
editing.
Yeah, etc. Whereas like you know the badness of your day, and also we're kind of evolutionarily focused on bad because that'll keep us alive.
True.
So there's that side as
And
well.
apparently 80% of our thoughts are negative.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Well, you should talk to the Buddhists about that. They would say, no, you must get in. You must sit with them.
Yeah.
Which I kind of agree with. But anyway, thanks guys for listening.
Thank you.
We'll catch you guys next week when we shall talk more. All right, see ya.
Bye.